All right, today we've got a story that's about as sweet as it gets. We're talking about a record-breaking harvest, some pretty immense challenges, and a historic payday for thousands of workers. So let's break down exactly how they pulled this off.
So let's get real for a second. What does it actually look like when a company has a blockbuster year and decides to share that win with the people who made it all happen? I mean, what does a truly historic, company-wide bonus look like in real numbers?
There it is, over 1 billion Dominican pesos. Central Romana Corporation just paid out the single largest bonus in its entire history. This isn't just a number, it's a testament to an absolutely incredible season. So, how'd they do it? Let's look at the harvest that made it all possible.
Okay, so where did a bonus that huge come from? Well, you've got to look at the production figures, which are just as massive. Let's dig into the numbers from the 2024-2025 harvest, because this is where the story really starts. Okay, get this. It all starts in the fields, right? The mill ground over 3.2 million short tons of sugarcane. A short ton, by the way, is 2,000 pounds. We're talking about a mind-boggling amount of raw material. This is literally the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about.
And from all that cane, what did they get? Well, they produced nearly 307,000 short tons of sugar. I mean, that's the main event, right? The sweet result of a whole year of intense labor and planning.
But wait, it wasn't just about the sugar. They also cranked out over 21.5 million gallons of molasses. And here's the kicker. That's almost 3 million gallons more than last year. That is a massive jump for a key co-product. Just huge.
And this chart, this really paints the picture. Look at that jump in refined sugar production. We're talking a 14% increase this season, topping 180,000 short tons. Now, why does this matter so much? The company made it clear. This increase guarantees the sugar supply for the entire national market. That's a huge responsibility, and they absolutely delivered.
Now, you might be thinking, wow, with numbers like that, it must have been a perfect season, smooth sailing all the way. But honestly, you couldn't be more wrong. This record-breaking success story was actually forged against some really tough challenges. Okay, so what were they up against? Well, for the second year in a row, the fields were dealing with excessive moisture. That makes everything harder, slower, messier. On top of that, they're in the middle of this huge shift, trying to adapt more land for mechanized harvesting. And because of labor shortages, they had to ramp up their use of mechanical harvesters to cover nearly 60% of the operation. That is a massive change to make on the fly. And this is where it gets really interesting. Who does the company give the credit to? They came out and said it straight up. These results were only possible because of the dedication and hard work of every single employee. From the teams in the field slogging through the mud to the technical staff in the mill. They're the ones who navigated all those obstacles day in and day out. So, they overcame the odds, they smashed the records. What happens next? How was that success shared? You see, this record bonus wasn't just some random act of kindness. Nope, it was the direct result of a formal partnership, one designed to make sure that when the company wins, everybody wins.
And the key to all of this is something called the Collective Bargaining Pact. So what is that? It's basically a formal agreement between the company and the United Workers Union. It's the rulebook that guarantees that when the company has a great year, the workers get their rightful share. It's not a maybe, it's a promise.
So let's look at how that billion peso bonus was actually split. Check this out. A whopping 482 million pesos, that's nearly half the entire pot, went directly to the agricultural employees. You know, the people on the absolute front lines, the ones who are actually making that harvest happen in those tough conditions. And really, that's the core of the story, isn't it? A company can have a record-breaking year on paper, but it only becomes a truly historic success when that victory is shared directly with every single person who made it a reality. Which kind of leaves us with one last question to think about. What's the real measure of a successful harvest? Is it just the raw numbers, the tons of sugar and the gallons of molasses? Or maybe, just maybe, it's also found in that shared prosperity, in recognizing that incredible things happen when people work together, especially when the odds are stacked against them.